One Piece is finally back like it never left, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Sad to say, they cooked with these 2 episodes, bro. Like, it really felt like movie quality. Before I actually dive into those 2 episodes, I just want to let the people know that watch only the anime only, y'all in for a treat. And honestly, the people that read the manga is in for a treat too, because the animation, I'm pretty sure they gonna cook. I'm pretty sure like 9 out of 10 they're gonna, no, 10 out of 10 they're gonna cook. Fuck that, I know they gonna cook. But yeah, without further ado, let's actually get into these 2 episodes, man. I'm hyped. So the episode starts off with them spelling out One Piece, and already I'm like, hold up, Toei, y'all doing it different right now. Like I said earlier, it felt like I was watching a movie. But anywho, we start seeing the sun rise up, and as the sun is rising, they were showing us all different islands, including Egghead and everything like that. We even got to see Laboon. Laboon, we haven't seen Laboon in so long, bro. I miss Laboon, man. It takes me back, I'm not gonna lie. It got me sounding like an old ass man right now. But when an anime or manga go on for this long, you feel like an old ass man. But I ain't mad at it because it's peak. But besides all of that, they wanted to give us a little rundown of what was happening, just to refresh our little memories and stuff, just in case we may have forgotten. So I'm gonna try to break it down as quick as possible so we could get past this. Alright, so we basically know that Luffy and his crew end up making it to Egghead, and once they made it to Egghead, they end up meeting the Vegapunks. But crazy enough, Luffy end up meeting Stella, aka the real Vegapunk. And once they end up chopping it up and stuff, Vegapunk was like, I ain't gonna lie, Luffy, you gonna have to take me with you off this island, gang. And the reason why he wanted Luffy to take him off the island is because the world government was at his dome, bro. And the reason why he wanted Luffy to take him off the island is because the world government was trying to kill this man. They threatened him with death for trying to unravel the forbidden history. And it's not just him either. They want to pack up anybody that try to figure it out. If you even know a slight bit about it, or you might have a hint of even thinking about, you know something about it, they gonna try to pack you up immediately. So yeah, the 5 elders, aka Girl Says, sent out CP0 to try to pack him up, but we all know how that turned out. Luffy beat up Lucci in no time at all. But crazy enough, Lucci, Luffy, Zoro, and Kaku had to put their differences aside and work together to defeat these Seraphim, because one of the Vegapunk gave them the order to take all of them out, and that Vegapunk was York. And she did all of this just to become a celestial dragon, bro.
Ah, sick!
One of the most diabolical people in One Piece, bro, by far. They don't care about human lives at all. Like, they would literally blow you down if you make them mad, bro. Like, they don't care. And they will laugh at it, bro. So the fact that she wanted to become one of those is just insane to me. But it is what it is. While all of that was happening, the Navy sent out a fleet, and Kizaru was on one of them ships. They was really trying to see to it that this man Vegapunk was gone. As far as refreshing our memory, that's all they really talked about. Now we fast forward across the present day, and news spreads across the world that Garp went missing on Pirate Island after sacrificing himself to save Kobe. This man is really that guy, I ain't gonna lie. But also was something else interesting in the newspaper. They said Luffy held Vegapunk hostage. Not to mention we get some familiar faces that we haven't seen in quite a while, and they all was worried about both of them. But if you ask me, I feel like the Dawn was more stressed than anybody, because you gotta think about it, this is her family, bro. Garp, Luffy, Ace, Sabo, that's her fam, and she always seeing them some way on the newspaper, bro, and it's never a good thing on them too. Y'all be asking, where's Luffy mom? Where's Luffy mom? I mean, this practically his mom right here. Also, Makino has a baby now. I wonder how she got that. Probably Shanks gave her a little, you know what I'm saying, with one arm too. That's crazy. And don't think I forgot about you, old mayor guy. Bro stayed grumpy, but in all seriousness, we all know bro actually care for real. But yeah, earthquakes started to occur across the whole world. Like, when I mean across the whole world, I mean across the whole world. And not only that, the sea level started to rise up. People was losing their homes and everything. You got people talking about sharks was coming into their house and everything like that. It was just pure chaos. And the only reason why this is happening across the world is because Imu used that ancient weapon to wipe out Lelouch. Look how massive that hole was he left inside the sea, bro. That ancient weapon he used was no no joke at all. This is the power that the world government is holding on to, by the way. And keep in mind, not a lot of people know that they even have this weapon besides Sabo, Dragon, and Ivankov, and of course the 5 elders and Enmu himself. So the fact that they kept something like that a secret means that they got a lot of secrets that they don't want you to know. That's why they trying to kill this man Vegapunk right now, because if he let out the truth to the world, hey man, all hell gonna break loose. But enough about that. We pull back up on Egghead and we see it's surrounded by a fleet of 100 ships of various sizes, including 20 massive battleships that far outclass a Buster Card, which can summon a nation fleet. So in short terms, comparing this and a Buster Card together is like comparing a hydrogen bomb and a coughing baby together. Like, I'm not even joking, it's that bad. On board they had 30,000 Navy soldiers, 9 vice admirals, and I'm gonna be real, one of them looked like a dickhead, because what is this? I swear One Piece will have one of the most goofiest looking characters you'll ever see only in One Piece. Like, sometimes I'll be asking myself, how do this man Oda come up with such goofy designs sometimes, bro? But that's Oda, you know, he the GOAT. But back to the topic at hand, they also had an admiral with them, which we all know is Kizaru. The guy that be like, hey, you a bitch ass nigga. One of the robot sea beasts took a bite out of their ship, so that led Kizaru to step in and he one-shotted it with no problem at all. And I'ma just keep it a buck. That's what that little animation they show right there. I can tell they about to go crazy, bro, cause they cooked. They had Kizaru looking saucy for no reason, bro. If they keep this up, they might end up making me like Kizaru as an admiral, because my 2 favorite admirals is Fujitora and Kuzan. The rest is pretty ass to me. Now Kizaru, I don't say he's more on the neutral side with me. Like, he's not like somebody I hate or he's not somebody I love. He's neutral. But the rest of the admirals, I don't like them, bruh. Y'all already know who I'm talking about. I don't even gotta say their name. After Kizaru finished one shot in a robot sea beast, Sentomaru told Kizaru not to attack the sea beast weapons. But Kizaru was like, well, it attacked first. Next time you need to keep that shit in check. I'm just playing, you say that. At least not the last part, but he looked it like he wanted to say something like that. Afterwards, bro started eating him a bowl of ramen, and he was telling Sentomaru that he doesn't feel comfortable with this. Why don't you surrender and just return to us? It's what he told him. But Sentomaru was not caring about none of that. He was like, if you try that again, we will start attacking Uncle. Vegapunk developed the Pacifista lasers by using your powers. I never thought you would come one day and try to kill him. They also give us a glimpse of young Sentomaru, Kizaru, and Vegapunk. Young Kizaru looked like he was high as hell, but then again, this nigga always looked like he's high. Kizaru responds back by saying, studying the voice century is a crime even I can't defend. I'm just a Navy puppet. This isn't a battle we want to have either. The more we destroy, the more we lose. It was like, it looked like Rob Lucci group couldn't carry out the assassination, and Sentomaru was like, yeah, because of the Straw Hats. We cut to Saturn and he's on the ship as well with them, but he didn't want them to know that he was here. He started reading a newspaper about how the Straw Hats took Vegapunk hostage and barricaded themselves. Doberman was basically giving Saturn a rundown about what was happening in Egghead, and also he was giving a head count of the people that's inside Egghead right now. Also, the Frontier barrier dome is at 100%, meaning that nobody can enter or leave the labo phase. It's been an entire day, but they still don't know what's going on inside for real. Saturn asked where did the research staff and tactician who worked it on Egghead go, and it turns out that they all evacuated already. So with Saturn being informed with that, he was like, you know what if they know too much? Sink they ass. And when he said that, I'm like, hold up, this man don't give a damn about nobody, bruh. This old fossil gotta get packed up immediately. Bro do not care about human life in the slightest, man. I mean, it should be pretty obvious that he don't, but like, come on, bruh. Anywho, they end up getting a call from York, and they made it seem like she was still in control of Egghead, but the whole time she was over here captured. She was having a convo with the 5 elders, like everything all good, telling them this is terrible. Why are you trying to kill me too? Why? What do you mean why? You a Vegapunk too? What are you talking about? Bro, they literally said the same thing I said. It was like, but you're also a Vegapunk, York. Like, what are you talking about, bruh? She thinks she supposed to get special treatment because she be giving them information about certain shit. Like, come on, bruh. Like, let's be real. If all of the Vegapunks gotta go, you gotta go too. You ain't special. I deadass will never forgive York for taking out one of my favorite Vegapunks, which is Shaka, bro. Like, Shaka is one of my favorite, bro, and he had to go that quick, bro. Like, come on, bro. I like the fact that bro was cool, calm, and collected, man. So it's always on point. Rest in peace to GOAT. Bro even knew in the beginning of the arc that he was gonna die. He told Dragon. See, look, got me getting off topic again. Moral of the story, if y'all want to know why all of the Vegapunks are in this situation in the first place, it's because of York. She informed them about everything. It's the fact that she was acting like she was in control of the whole Egghead, bro. They gave her this clean ass animation for what? Crazy enough, she ended up getting them to change their mind about her. And it was like, alright, back. King create the Mother Flame too, though. York was like, oh, now y'all want to play along. I knew y'all wanted it. Fuck is a wanted it? I don't even know myself. But yeah, about the Mother Flame, she tells them that the power plant that can create it is on this island, which is Egghead, of course. She ended up making a deal with them, and the deal was to promise that they won't hurt her in the lab and also make her a celestial dragon for whatever reason. And it was like, alright, bet, we can do that. After acting all tough, she immediately tells them to save her. And I don't even gotta say nothing. Y'all can see why she said that. So essentially, they made it seem like York was the one that was in control, but the whole time, she was actually being held as hostage for real. And with that, now everybody know her plans. There he go, the GOAT himself, my boy Luffy. We get to see everybody just chilling, having a good time over here, eating and everything. We also see both Robert and Kaku over here just chilling as well. Yeah, that's right, Robert, bro. Thought I forgot his government name. It also turns out that Robin was the one that ended up saving Stella from getting boomed by York. But with all of that being said, Luffy was like, give me that transponder Snell. We about to use York to force our way off this island. Spoken like a true king, bro. Do not care about none of that. Mans told him, I am Monkey D. Hemphy. I'm going to be king of all Reds, straight like that. He was like, we have Vegapunk, and if you want to save York life, clear up all of the ships from the shore. And you want to know what this man Warkery said, bro? Who's still alive in there? With Luffy being Luffy, he was about to tell him, but Robin ended up making Luffy hang up. Luffy was mad, bro. Was like, why would you do that? But Robin was like, hey man, information is a weapon you must not give to your enemies. Southern was like, there's 3 things that they must protect: York's safety, their brains and punk records, and the power plant that creates the Mother Flame. Everything else I don't care about. Doberman was like, what about Rob Lucci and the other Cyberpole agent? They're still on the island. You should consider human lives as nothing more than insects. He said they reproduce quickly. I don't know why Doberman acting like he all safe and good and stuff too, nigga. You're not. You're just not. Nigga, don't act like you care now. So basically, we all know that Robin saved Vegapunk. After that, they was running for the Seraphim and they ended up getting saved by Kaku. And Kaku got jumped by the Seraphim and got sliced by S-Hawk. And that's when Zoro came in the clutch and ended up saving Kaku. Pretty ironic, huh? I'm not gonna lie, I do not remember all of this happening in the manga, bro. Toei be adding scenes, bro. They not slick, bro. Also, speaking of Toei, see me, I'm more of a like Zoro fan, but I like Sanji too. And the fact that Toei is hoeing Sanji right now, like I've been seeing recent news about Sanji getting hoed by Toei, I'm gonna need y'all to stop that, bro. Yeah, Sanji, he a simp and he a horny ass dude, but he don't deserve all of that, bro. So Toei, get y'all shits together, bro. Anyways, I'm going off topic again, so let's continue. Not to mention, y'all remember the Cyberpunk agents that was locked up and they ain't had no food and they was starving the whole time? The Straw Hats ended up getting them right with the food and they was thanking them. So W the Straw Hats, like they always been the W mans, bro. Like they could have sat there and just let them starve, but they been W mans because they W mans for real. They was asking them, can they let them leave? But they was like, nah, we can't do that though. Y'all can have the food, but we can't release y'all. Not to mention, they also had the Seraphim men there with them, but they couldn't do anything if they wanted to anyways because they was trapped in this bubble which acts like a sea prism stone. By the way, y'all remember how S-Snake turned Frankie, Usopp, and Lilith to stone? Well, she undid it all because of Luffy, and she had Ball Hancock DNA in her, so that's the reason why she, you know, acting this way she acting right now. By the way, them bubbles really came in the clutch because without them, they low-key would have been in the pitch. Anyways, they were trying to figure out the password to get released out of this dome that they in, but York didn't want to tell them, so they had to figure it out for themselves. And while they were trying to do that, they also were trying to see where they was gonna go next, and it looks like they're gonna end up going to Elbaf. Once Luffy and Usopp heard that, they started to do the little Elbaf dance that they did a long time ago in pre-time skip, bro. What a callback, man. Once they find their way out, they're gonna use the Vega Force to fly their way over the Navy's blockade, and then after that, use a Kuda burst. Of course, it sounds easier said than done, but it's worth the shot. Luffy, Little, Frankie, and Bunny makes their way to the Sunny, and while they was doing all of that, Robert ended up giving them the information they needed to know what was going on inside of Egghead. Once they knew what they needed to know, Sadarin tells Kizaru, you are light, you could get in there easily. So that's what he did, and this man took off. It's looking like both Sentomaru and Kizaru were about to have a throwdown, and the episode ends with Luffy shocked that somebody strong made it on the island.